The Parthenon marbles, also known as Elgin marbles, is a collection of classical Greek marble sculptures, inscriptions, and architectural members that originally were part of the Parthenon and other buildings on the Acropolis of Athens. Thomas Bruce, the 7th Earl of Elgin, obtained a controversial permit from the Ottoman authorities to remove pieces from the Parthenon while serving as the British ambassador to the Ottoman Empire from 1799 to 1803. From 1801 to 1812, Elgin's agents removed about half of the surviving sculptures on the Parthenon, as well as architectural members and sculpture from the Propylaea and Erechtheum. The marbles were transported by sea to Britain. In Britain, the acquisition of the collection was supported by some, while some critics compared Elgin's actions to vandalism or looting. Following a public debate in Parliament and subsequent exoneration of Elgin's actions, the marbles were purchased by the British government in 1816 and placed on display in the British Museum, where they stand now on view in the purpose-built Duveen Gallery. The debate continues as to whether the marbles should remain in the British Museum or be returned to Athens. In November of 1798, Thomas Bruce, 7th Earl of Elgin, was appointed as Ambassador Extraordinary and Minister Plenipotentiary of His Britannic Majesty. Before his departure to take up the post, he had approached at least 3 officials of the British government to inquire if they would be interested in employing artists to take casts and drawings of the sculptured portions of the Parthenon. According to Elgin, the answer of the government was entirely negative. Lord Elgin decided to carry out the work at his own expense and employed artists to take casts and drawings under the supervision of Neapolitan court painter Giovanni Lucieri. However, while conducting surveys, he found that Parthenon statuary that had been documented in a 17th century survey was now missing, and so he investigated. According to Turkish local, marble sculptures that fell were burned to obtain lime for building. Although the original intention was only to document the sculptures, in 1801 Lord Elgin began to remove material from the Parthenon and its surrounding structures under the supervision of Lucieri. The excavation and removal was completed in 1812 at a personal cost of around 70,000 English pounds. Elgin intended the marbles for display in the British Museum, selling them to the British government for less than the cost of bringing them to Britain, and declining higher offers from other potential buyers, including Napoleon Bonaparte. When the marbles were shipped to England, they were an instant success among many, who admired the sculptures and supported their arrival, but both the sculptures and Elgin also received criticism from detractors. Lord Elgin began negotiations for the sale of the collection to the British Museum in 1811, but negotiations failed despite the support of British artists, after the government showed little interest. Many Britons opposed the statues because they were in bad condition, and therefore did not display the ideal beauty found in other sculpture collections.